Alright guys, so Voxlblade has officially released, and honestly I have been very impressed with it. I've thoroughly enjoyed my time, probably something like 10 to 15 hours into the game. Finally near my my first level 30 slot. I'm definitely gonna grind up multiple slots, try out different builds, different paths. Overall, I'm having a really enjoyable time, really enjoying the game. I think it's pretty cool, and I can't wait to play some more on some different builds, and I hope this game gets a future. If you guys know, this is his third time releasing this game, and it's never gotten past this stage. Like, we get released and then he kind of like burns out and don't update it. I really hope we don't get to that point. I don't want to be negative in this video, but like, this game is really all I've been asking for in the Roblox game. Like, only thing it needs more right now is more content. It has the perfect foundation for me to grow upon, and I really hope that this game gets the love that it deserves, man. Now, what I've been saying throughout this video, talk about the things I really enjoy about the game, and we're also gonna talk about some things I dislike about the game. Just because I'm really enjoying it and I think it's a great game, it's definitely not a perfect game, and there's definitely always ways to improve the game. We're gonna talk about that, and then yeah, we'll talk about some future builds and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this game. So if you don't know what Voxlblade is, Voxlblade is a RPG that's in the voxel aesthetic. So like think like Cube World, Minecraft, like that blocky, super blocky aesthetic. And it's a game where you start off with a very basic sword, and from there you take different paths to turn your sword into a lot of different paths. So you'll be able to craft. You better go down paths where you can get like a different handle and your different blade. And depending on your handle and blade combination, you can get like different weapons. You get different stats. So you can make like a holy spear. You can make like a a blue flame greatsword. Or you even get like some wacky builds, like you can make like magic guns or a magic wand or a earth katana, like or a blood dagger. There's like so many different paths you can take, and depending on your path depends on what kind of different stats you. Whether you set off magic, whether you set off dexterity or strength or holy, or so there's a bunch of different paths, and there's so many different combinations. And once you get a path, you can like keep branching out. So you can go like Sharp Blade, which will path out into different paths, and you can go down these paths by leveling up your, like, using SPs, which you just get by leveling up or completing quests in the world or killing legendary mobs. You'll find like SP throughout the world. So that's pretty much the consists of the dungeon. I mean, of the game. You'll do that, go around a couple dungeons in the game, some mobs, get like some different drops, different gear sets. You can craft like different rings. You can have one rune on you. Then each weapon is gonna have a weapon art on it. So you got like pretty much 2 skills right now. But overall, that's the consistency of the game. It's a very simple, basic game. It's nothing like too crazy. You have dodges, you can like block mobs. But overall, it's just really fun. Like all the unique ways you can go about different. It's like more to it, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But that's the broad overview of the game. So yeah, like I said, I played right. My current build right now is I'm going basically like a healer build. Not basic. That's definitely I went like a healer build. I went a support build. I've definitely made this build for in-game dungeons. It's not like the greatest solo build, even though I have been able to solo one of the dungeons. I soloed the, what's the name of that boss called? The Toad boss. I was able to solo him. So you're able to solo things and do things. You just don't straight around. But having a heal, since there's no passive heal in the game, having a double heal makes it super clutch, and I get like some really crazy heals. And right now my current build, I have like where I can, like, when I heal, have a chance to apply like different buffs. So I can apply like a damage boost, or I can apply a speed buff, or additional healing, or you know what I'm saying, or reinforce. So like there's a bunch of different things every time I heal, and one of my heals have like a double heal on it. So if I pop my rune, it drops a heal, and triggering that heal drops down like another like a reinforced like sword that comes down, gives you reinforcement, and that pops another small heal, which can also apply another buff. So like there's crazy amount of builds. Literally, if you look over at the trailer, like, let's pull up this real quick. So just quickly look at the trailer, not going over it. You guys see, like, these are all the different handles, which you can mix with any different type of blade. And the special ones are like boss drops that you can get. You guys see that's a bunch of different special tiers. a lot in the game that you can mix these up with. And then these are weapon arts, but more importantly, look at these stats, guys. Look at these stats. So these are all unique stats that do like different stuff, and it's nearly like, it's probably over 200, bro. That's definitely over 150, but it's probably nearly 200 different stats that can do different things. So let's click on one. It's like Holy Ties, right? So it says cleansing and debuff on your ally supplies regen. All heals you receive or do also gain bonus and holy scaling. That's pretty cool. Whoa, Holy Ties is nice. I need Golden Trident. What the mess? I need this build. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. This is tough. God dang, that's tough. Oh my god, that's tough. And click on this right here. Using your weapon art gives you a static charge that causes you to be struck by lightning when you use a rune, but your rune has an increased cooldown. Or you can go like Radiance, which your heals damage opponents. Huh, okay. I can get damage on there. You got Darken and Hex. You got Hex damage has an increased chance to increase potency. Like, there's so many different things you can make, like these unique builds to synergize around your kit. And you can get like enchants on your stuff, where, say for example, wet, it's going to give you additional water boosts and additional water multipliers. So like, there's so many different ways you can go around making builds. You can also go with Fist. There's so much, guys. There's a lot to when it comes to making like build theory and build crafting. There's a lot to go into it, and so many different stacks that you can mix and match, and then you can like snatch enchants off one thing. I heard it's like weapon, it's like infusions. So much going on with this game. As far as creating builds, that's one of the major things that I love about this game, is the build crafting in the game. It's really cool. I also really love the OSTs. We gotta talk about the OSTs. It's so good. The music in the game is amazing. Whoever's making the music in the game, shout out to him. He deserves a standing ovation. He's make really good music. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I could just sit here. No, not even. I can't. We gonna have. Like, I've literally just sit around and listen to the OSTs because they're that good. They're really, really good. I know that's not something a lot of people care about, but I think that's something that definitely needs recognition of how good the music is in the game. Like, it needs some recognition. Couple of things I like just the world aesthetics of the map. I love voxel. I love aesthetics. Like, just overall, it's really simple, but there's so much going on. I like all the secret hiddens in the world, because like there's points to exploration. Going out and exploring the world, finding new hidden areas, new holes, gonna give you find a quest, or you can find like an armor shop or different things like that. Like, there's a lot of reason to go out and explore the world. Like, a lot of different reasons. There's a ton going on, and that makes it feel rewarding to go out into the world. Now, obviously, after you explored it once, there's not a lot of reason after that, but you definitely want to keep going out, exploring the world. You got like the tundra that you can get like lost in. You got like the Deadlands and the desert and the lava. And you got the Magnus. Like, there's so many different places to see, and every corner has like different gear sets and that slightly changed. Like, this is like, God, like you find so many different gears. Like, dang, should I go this one? Should I go that one? Dang, this one's pretty good. Dang, that one's pretty good. Like, you just get like caught up in like so much going on, which I really love about the game. That's a very redeeming quality of the game. Another thing I think is really cool is currently you have 3 like world events that kind of like affect everything. So you have the Blood Moon event, where you can like spawn like the Crimson variants of NPCs, in which they just have like higher drop rates and they do like higher damage. So that's the Blood Moon. Is gonna be looking red, and the bosses, like the mobs, will be glowing red on them. Now the other one, you have the Void event. So everything turns purplish, and this is the place where like the Iron Slayers will start spawning, and the bonded corruption item that you really need to farm up, those will spawn up as well. And these enemies also have increased damage. I think the blood ones are a bit stronger, I think, but I think corrupt is stronger than blood. I think corrupt is actually stronger than blood. Yeah, corrupt is definitely stronger than blood. But yeah, there's another event that can pop off in the world. And then finally you have the Harvest Moon, and Harvest Moon is just good for farming. So if you get a Harvest Moon, you get 2 times XP and you get 2 times drop amounts. So these pop up, you just farm these. Now you can pay 100 Robux to trigger a random one. You get a 1 in 3 chance that you can't choose. But I just like these random events pop up in the world. It just makes the world feel quite a bit alive. And there's another event to where this whale will spawn. If you go up into the whale, you can ride on into like this raid boss dungeon. I tried to fight it once. Like, let's pop a clip of me trying to fight it.
A lightning spear build. Yo, man, 1 second. Yo, man. Oh, shoot. Dark cave. Yo, man, lock in. Man, lock in.
I missed.
Bro.
What happened? What the hell?
God. Yo, Lord
Bro.
Shadows.
Rainbow? Hold on. I got the ball!
I'm
Bro!
Y'all are selling.
Bro!
Y'all are selling.
Bro! As you can see, that didn't really go well. We didn't even get a chance to really fight it. We were super low level, got flunked off the map. Terra got one shot, so I really can't wait to go back and fight that. And to transition into that, like I said, I like the bosses in the game. We haven't really gotten to a lot. I want to see more, but I do like the bosses. You can learn the mechanics and the dungeons, which I haven't really had a chance to get into yet, but I know I do like the concept. Is so not only you have the base dungeon, right? You can also got some modifiers, so you can scale it down to be a little bit easier, but you get less reward, less XP. But you also can scale it up, so the base is 1, you can scale up to a 2, or you can scale it down to a 0. And basically, this changes how much damage they do, how much health they have. You know, what I'm saying, overall how hard the dungeon is. But you also have daily challenges. So every day, the dungeons will have different challenges. They can have things like the mobs do true damage, or like for the beehive, like the mobs explode, or they regen, or they're more tanky, or they're all berserk, or stuff like that. That's like, it makes going back every day and doing these dungeons worth it and trying it on different boosts, different challenges. Some days will be better than others depending on the combination, and that's something that I can't wait to see explore more. So yeah, those are the things I really enjoy right now without going to too crazy in details. Now let's get some of the things I didn't like or I feel like about. So first one I will say, like, it's just kind of like how I feel right now is the skills. Skills have a long cooldown, and you're only able to have a weapon art and and one room. And right now they all have like extremely high cooldown, so a lot of times you're not really getting your skills in. I get the game is called Voxlblade and it's like crafted around your weapon, but I really would love to be able to get into our skills more. I don't know how to look at high level gameplay, but a case of either lower cooldowns or maybe one additional skill, I feel like could really make the game feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like long cooldowns, with not a lot of skills, just like make you just like M1 in the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And for somebody who really wants to be a mage, having to M1 all day doesn't really feel that, like, you don't get to really feel the mage feel to it. You just keep shooting. So I would like to see exploring maybe an additional skill slot. I know a lot of people have said this is definitely a thing a lot of community want to say. I feel like just one additional skill slot could feel a lot better and really take, like, I feel like you can make so much unique builds, but you can't really explore it, not only because you have low cooldowns with your skills, but you also don't have a lot of skill diversity. That's another thing. The runes, while you do have quite a bit of different weapon arts, you don't have a lot of runes, and the runes are pretty basic. Like you got like fireball rune, so like that only works for fire. So if you're not a fire mage, a fire, like all of them, like earth doesn't have one, wind doesn't have one, so they don't get their own skill. So that makes it feel like kind of like Lester. You have like the magic missile rune, you have like a healing rune, like, which is really weak, like a weak healing rune. You have like a combat roll rune, a taunt rune, a rage rune. Now you do got like 3 or 4 different summonings. Summonings for some reason have a lot of different options, but it'd be nice to really be a summoner and be able to summon like 2 things on runes as well as your weapon art. And there's a few other ones like cleansing, and there's a couple of them, but like there's not a lot. And like I said, you have a long cooldown on these guys, so I think overall the game will feel so much better if like doing like maybe like update or 2, like we go like on a quest line that allows you to expand and get one more room. Now, another thing I'm not too much of a fan of is where we're at in content. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some decent content in the game. Now if you played the stress test, there's gonna be around, I don't think there's any too much new content in the stress test. I think it's like a couple events, maybe a couple new armor sets, but not too much. But if you played the old game, there's one issue with it. Like we're up to the tundra, And that's pretty much exactly where it's at on the last 2 tests as well. So we never really got more content. At least that's, I won't say the last release of the game, we never got past the tundra. So as far as like content wise, while the game is so much better with like stats and builds and everything else, there's no new bosses. There's a couple new mobs, but it's not a lot of new mobs. So it feels like, yeah, I've played this game before. You do get that feeling of when you played this game before. We're still doing the B dungeon. Like, that's still the end one. Like, that was the end one last time. Like, we're still on the B dungeon. We're not like getting a new dungeon. I definitely would have liked a brand new zone that we haven't seen in a brand new dungeon. You know what I'm saying? That would have been really nice. So I really hope that he's able to push out more content. Even though there's other content into the game that he added, for sure, Tom. There's a lot more new stuff to the game. And like I said, the stats, he went so in depth with the stats and stuff like that, and all the other little things in the game, but you don't have like that flat out in your face new bosses, because that's what I want to play. I'm here for the PvE. There's no PvP, so we just here for PvE, and we want to fight new mobs and new bosses and new challenges and stuff like that, and new world bosses. And you know, overall, that's what I want to see more. And I'm worried that we're never going to get to that point. That is definitely a fear, that the game is just not going to get to that point. So that's something that definitely really worries me. And I hope that's not the case, but we got to see how things go. But anyway, that's about it. Those are pretty much my only concerns about the game right now. Just, you feel lackluster as far as skills. You get turned to an M1. And I'm worried about how far content goes, because we haven't gotten a lot of content. So that's pretty much my only issues with the game right now. Level is a bit slow, but once again, that's because we stopped the main storyline, so we're kind of like capped off on the storyline of where we at. So questing, like, 30 is the soft cap, really. 30 is like really soft cap. I think you can go all the way to 100, but nobody's getting there unless you just grinding your life away for no reason. But yeah, I would love to see some more rooms, more skills, more of the content type of stuff. That would be really nice to see. But overall, the game is really good, and I can't wait to see more. I really hope we see more. Like, I truly hope we see more. But anyway, that's about it. I'm gonna catch you boys later. I'm out. Peace.